Hey YouTube, this is our Aqualtis washing machine. We've had it quite a few years and it's starting to make this noise now. So if you have a washing machine that sounds like this, it's pumping out its water, but hopefully it will spin up. Anyway, the bearing shot on it, and here's the new drum. So these Aqualtises, you can't change the bearing on them because they are a sealed drum unit. So I have to take off all of this to get into it. Okay, you can't really hear it at the moment, but it makes an absolute racket when it's spinning. Maybe when it gets up to speed. You probably can't hear it, but that bearing is making a racket when it's under load. So I'm going to be changing the bearing on the well, I'm going to change the drum on this, so I will take you through the various stages as I take it to pieces. So for full disclosure, I am not a Hotpoint engineer. I do hold a degree in electronics and physics, and I do a lot of DIY around the house. So I have worked on this washing machine a couple of times in the past, changed pumps on it, but I've never changed the drum on it. So what we'll do first, if I just open up, I think we need to take the top of this off, and then I will try and see if I can disconnect the door lock, etc. This is the essentially the spring that holds that in place. Let me just pop that off. Right, so we have the lid off. There's a bit of a brace bar here. These are these new type of springs, and I think I'm going to try a pair of needle nose pliers. Hopefully I'll go down low enough and be able to reach those. Certainly that one I can get to, and that one I can get to. That one might be a little bit more tricky. So I know there's a tool that is used by Hotpoint to release those, but we need to take the weight off that. I'll also need to detach the actual belt drive from the unit, and then need to lift this up as well. So a few things to undo, but as I say, the torque screw will come on this one, and then let's take this off. So I'm sure you don't want to watch all of this. These screws just get taken out, and then I should be able to pop it up and open. Right, just to take the cable off, quite easy. The simplest way of doing it, I think, is just to take it off like that. So as you can see, quite simple. Bearing doesn't sound too bad, but it's definitely rough. Could of course be the motor, but I think it's more likely to be the drum. On high spin, it's the case. Let me show you inside. So we need to detach some of the mounts under here. Take the well, let's start by taking these off first. So it looks like this is the leads to heat it. So that one goes there. Normally these just drop out. Yep. Take the earth off. Is that a clip? Possibly. Take that one off as well. You might need a little bit more help. Yep, that's off, and it didn't break. And this one I think just slips out. Yep, there you go. So those are just cable tied onto the drum. Looks of things, I will take those off in due course. Or they just clips. Might just be clips actually. Yeah, I feel like sprung-loaded clips. Probably get those from behind. Pinch them up, and then I'll be able to get in there. There's the controller module. That's already been repaired once. So let me have a look at the top. So these just pop off. They're held in by 2 screws here and here. And then you've got the filler for the washing machine from the soap dispenser. These are going to be a problem. I think I might need a special tool for that. Not really too sure how I'm going to tackle that. Might have a quick look on YouTube to see if there are any clues. Get the pressure sensor off as well. But because this whole case is sealed, the only way to get the drum out is literally lifting the drum off and out of the way. So there's quite a bit more that I need to do underneath to actually release it off as well, and then it will get wet and messy. Right, so the next thing's to do, this is where the washing machine drains out. I'm going to release it from here because there's going to be water in the tank, and I'm going to drain it into a bucket, taking care not to get the motor wet. Obviously disconnect the motor from all of its cables as well, and then you need to take the the pins here that hold it onto the tank, or you can take it off through the screws, but I think it's easier, or not, I don't know, to take it off through those pins there. So that will be the next thing I'm going to go and have a go at. We'll be taking this pipe work out, disconnecting the motor, and then releasing those support pins. And then, even though it's going to be bloody heavy, might be able to crank it up and lift it out. So wish me luck. So rather frustratingly, Hotpoint and Indesit use, rather than bolts, which they used to in the past, use these sort of spring-loaded contraptions which go into these wells down here. And you can see I've partly removed this one here, and you need a specialist tool. So here's the specialist tool. This end of it is the one that causes the removal. So if I put it on over here and turn it, you can see that it latches onto the spring, and then by using a 16 setting spanner, I can then turn it, as you can see I'm turning it now, to release it. And eventually what happens is that the spring releases itself from the bottom. That's the bottom end, that's the top end. And the tool is dual purpose, so to put it in, you would put it in that way round. It then latches onto the end, as you can see there, and then you can just screw it in. So this tool from Indesit or Hotpoint is around about £30. I managed to pick one up on eBay for a little bit less, but that obviously increases the cost as well. So this project just got a little bit more expensive. I need to re-release this one over here, as obviously this one as well. That then takes the weight off, and then same down here with these weights as well. So overall you require that. Well, following on the saga of repairing this washing machine, a little bit of an annoyance here. While moving the washing machine tub around the place, I managed to drop it, and the mount area where I would actually want to put the suspension or the shock absorbers, which would connect in through here, it snapped off. And as you know, with plastics, once they're broken, they're kind of broken, which was really depressing, because it should be at the 71 setting, not the 58 setting. I think that's the smaller size of drum fitment, or certainly from the performance of the machine itself. Speed wise, this drum can run, or the machine can run at 1,600 RPM, whereas the lower speed ones go 1,200. So I could always lower the speed and fit to this one. But a trick that I've looked up on the internet, which may or may not be successful for this repair, is to use super glue and essentially bicarbonate of soda. So bicarbonate of soda in the UK. And I've bought some, industrial grade super glue, and I've made an initial repair across here. So what you can see is this, what looks to be like a cement over the area. So the crack is under here, It's at this point in the structure, so you can see where my finger is. Runs all the way to the back, all the way around the side, etc. And it completely sheared off. Now I've built a mass here, and it seems pretty strong. I mean, I'm wiggling my fingers a little bit and it's not breaking, but obviously with the machine running flat out and probably vibrating, this could be a weak spot. So to try and improve the situation, I'm going to sand down some of this area, and then what I've got is essentially some fiberglass tissue, and I'm going to try and bridge across this area to this area with the fiberglass tissue and the super glue. So I'm going to sand down this area, sand down this a little bit, and then super glue the tissue onto this area, and then put the bicarbonate of soda over the top, in effect to sort of make a a fiberglass bond seal to it as well. So I'm not going to affect this area. I need to sand down this part because it's a little bit of a ridge, but I hope that's okay. And then you can see the bond on the side there. And again, I'll probably try and do something to wrap over with the fiberglass under this area to sort of go around it. So that's my intention. I'll do the same underneath. Probably won't show you that, might show you the end result as a picture, but very annoying to have broken that off, especially as everything else is brand new on this. And you can see most of the other bits are fitted on. I covered up the motor here, which so it doesn't get any of the bicarbonate of soda into it. You can see bits of it in here, but that was from the repair earlier. Well, we're almost back together. Counterweights are on, so use the tool to put those all in. Use the pulley system here to hoist it into the tub itself. That was really handy. It's all now set up, so I think I've got these all back together properly, and the arms are all in correctly. I do have a slightly snagged wire here which I need to repair. We'll do that shortly. The strap that goes around the outside is in place. You can probably just about see it there, and then we've now put the edge of the strap on here as well, so this is all sealed up, and this is the inside of the new drum. So once I've finished this all off, I will run the machine up and make sure that the door lock mechanisms and everything else works appropriately. Again, maximum speed for spin, the back. Obviously it's not unbalanced at the moment. This is where you'll be hearing a really horrible grinding noise if the drum was really not happy. Definitely not the time to stick your fingers anywhere near any of the motors or any of the moving parts, but the belt is holding. The machine's oscillating a little, but that's what I'd expect. But it's got no load in it, so might be able to just about see it spinning. Yeah. What a fascinating video. A washing machine in spin cycle. But apart from breaking that little piece of plastic, which may well be the Achilles heel of this washing machine in the future, I think this repair has now concluded. If this video was of any help to anyone, please think to like and subscribe. It helps the channel, and I will keep posting stuff. Obviously, if you think this video is of no value, you can always use the other button if you don't like it. But hopefully you all do, and this was of some value. So I'd like to just take you through the repair you can see there. So what I've done, it looks quite messy, but there is several layers of that fiberglass tissue that I laid down with the super glue. and then I built up over the top of the fiberglass with the bicarbonate soda and more of the super glue. So this is quite a solid piece of structure now, and the fiberglass and super glue with the bicarbonate soda basically cover all of the crack and wrap around it. So it's not the best, but I'm hoping that it'll hold up, and it has done so far.